Hello, class. Today I'm going to read one from earlier this year. It's Jack and the Beanstalk. Are you ready? Can we see? Deep in the countryside lived a widow and her son Jack. Their cottage was crumbling and all their clothes had patches. They were very, very poor. One day, Jack's mother said, "We've got to sell the cow. Take her to market and bring home 5 gold pieces." And so off Jack went. Before long, Jack didn't get very far when he met a strange little man. "That's a fine cow. I'll swap you 5 magic beans for her." "Magic beans?" thought Jack. "Are they really magic?" "Magic they are, or chop off my beard and knit it into a jumper," croaked the little old man. Magic beans. Jack couldn't wait to tell his mother. He clutched them tightly and he ran all the way home. Was she happy about it? No. Jack's mother was furious. "We need money, not useless old beans," she cried, and she threw them out the window in disgust. Not happy at all. But late that night, the tiny bean sprouted. It poked out from the ground and it grew and it grew and it grew. The next morning, the beanstalk stretched high into the sky. "The beans were magic," cried Jack. "But what is that at the top?" He couldn't quite see, so Jack climbed up the beanstalk. At last, he could reach the very top, and there was a shimmering, shining, magnificent castle. Look at that. Just then, Jack's stomach started to rumble. "I've got to find some breakfast," he thought, and he tapped on the castle door. The door creaked open. A huge giantess smiled down. "Hello, Jack," he shouted. "Have you got any food?" "Oh, you poor thing," boomed the giantess. "Come right in, but be quick before the giant gets up." Ooh. Wow. What a marvellous feast! An enormous loaf of bread and a gigantic jar of jam Jack tucked in at once. But suddenly the room began to shake. Boom, boom, boom. "Goodness me," cried the giantess. "He's coming!" And she shoved Jack under a teacup to hide. Good place. Into the room stomped a big, scary, hungry giant. He shouted, "Fee-fi-fo-fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." "Don't be silly," said the giantess. "There's no boys here. Now go and wash your hands before breakfast." Jack trembled and shook. "I must leave now," he thought, and he was halfway out the door when he heard squawk. It was a hen with bright golden feathers. "Help!" she clucked. "Set me free and I'll lay you golden eggs every morning." Jack scooped up the hen, but then he heard huge thundering footsteps after him. And he came running, shouting, "Fee-fi-fo-fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive?" And there he is. Jack raced out the door and he jumped. And he slid down the beanstalk, down, all the way back to the cottage. "Mum, quick, get the axe," he shouted. Jack's mother swung the axe and hacked the beanstalk with a thwack. It shuddered and it shook and the giant came tumbling down. Fee-fi-fo! Crash. And that was the end of the giant. Jack hugged his mother tight. "Look what I found," he said, and showed her the golden hen. "Oh, Jack," his mother said, "I'm so glad you're safe, and you were right about the beans. They were magic." Right, I like this picture. Look at that house compared to the start. So Jack and his mother and the golden hen all lived happily ever after with lots of golden eggs. They were never poor again. Their house is so much bigger than before. They've got a beanstalk water slide into their very own pool. Everyone looks very cool in their sunglasses. There are so many eggs on this page. Looks a little bit like an Easter egg hunt. See you soon.